So, my name is Amanda Cirillo. I am filming my new student dialogue on December 8th, because, no time like the present. So, because mine got canceled, because the water pipes exploded everywhere, I couldn't actually go to one. So instead I got this nice article that we got to read by Beverly Daniel Tatum, The Complexity of Identity. So, I had to read that and then address some meaningful questions about it. And so what are some of your identities? I'm white. I'm vaguely Christian, not particularly. I'm Italian and a bunch of other things. I'm a girl, stuff like that. I speak English. I am American. I'm pretty well off, I guess. So those are pretty meaningful to my life. I don't really think about most of them, except most of my friends are guys, so sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm the only girl. There's not a lot of ladies in the house right now. Okay. And I don't know, it's funny for me to realize that, because I don't usually think about it, but when I do, I'm just like, oh, wait a second, I'm not like everyone else here. That doesn't usually happen, but sometimes it does. I feel like that puts me in the subdominant group, not only just because I'm outnumbered when I'm with my friends, or just hanging out in general, but, society's views of women aren't usually as well thought as they are of men. Men still make more than women. There hasn't been a woman president ever yet. Stuff like that. So I definitely feel like that puts me in the subdominant group. I know being pretty Italian here, it's not subdominant so much as there just aren't that many Italians, but where I live in Rhode Island, there's oodles. There's tons of them. There are Italian people everywhere. So I think that puts me in the dominant group back home where I live, but it doesn't here, which is kind of interesting. Also, my religion, Christianity, but it's Episcopalian, so Protestant. And back home in Rhode Island, it's pretty much all Catholic people, so there just aren't as many Protestant people, and that would put me in the subdominant group just because there's a minority of my brand of religion, I guess, I don't know. And it says, the truth is that the dominants do not really know what the experience of the subdominants is. In contrast, the subdominants are very well informed about the dominants. What does this statement mean to you? Well, I will tell you, because this is what this video is about. To me, that makes me think of, and this doesn't apply to me, but you see, if you look at TV, most of the characters are white. They're not black, they're not Asian, they're not Hispanic. Unless that's the character's defining trait, is their ethnicity. Nobody happens to be black. Nobody's black, but he just happens to be the main character. He's black, and he acts like he's straight out of a Tyler Perry movie, or he's black and he's a football player, or something like that. It's never, they just are of an ethnicity, and it's never brought up in the show. It's always they're of an ethnicity, and then they're like the white guy's best friend or something. So, that made me think of that, I imagine if I were of an ethnic minority watching TV, I would look at it and go, none of these people look like me. I am not any of these people. I'm not white. I don't have straight hair. This is just not who I am. Who am I supposed to look up to here? And I don't really like that, but I'm also not a Hollywood producer, so I'm not changing that anytime soon. But I kind of do wish that was different, just because it doesn't really seem fair to have, yes, whites are the minority, but they're not the only type of people, and it kind of sends a message that, well, ethnic people don't really have a value, unless they're used to show the white main character that there's different cultures, which is kind of racist in and of itself. So while it's better than not having any ethnicities or making them super duper racist stereotypes like Jim Crow era, I still feel like we could do better. That's really not the best way to show diversity. I can't think of a single TV show that's all black people, or it's all Hispanic people. That doesn't exist. I can't name one, and I'm not really thrilled about that. Okay. And the last question says, in the second to last paragraph, Tatum discusses the implications of this article. Talk about your thoughts on this paragraph. Well, what does this paragraph say? Tell me. Oh, it says, if you are targeted by racism and angered by the obliviousness of whites, maybe use to attend to your experiences as dominant where you find it, and consider what systems of privilege you may be overlooking. So I guess it basically says to think about what's happened to you before, and then apply it to how other people might feel. Okay, cool, I can do that. So yes, I'm a woman, but I'm also white, and, sorry, a bunch of shoes walked by. I'm white and very well off, and I go to college, so that's a huge one, because a lot of people don't get the chance to go to college. So just because my group of women is in the social minority, and yeah, that's getting better, so it's not like, stay in the kitchen, it's not that bad. But still, I still feel like I'm lucky off to be who I am, and it's not, oh, woe is me, I'm a lady, I hate my ovaries. Like, that's not happening. But I still think, like, I hate to say at least I'm not this, but I'm not disabled. I don't have a terrible life. I'm not poor. So, because, like, I can understand how those people feel, but I'm also, glad that it hasn't happened to me. So, in conclusion, thank God I'm done, because this has been hovering over my head for the longest time. Have a Merry Christmas, and yeah. Woo.